Going to the barber today. Gotta cut all that crap. Why did I demote people? Because things are getting out of hand. Why didn't I do anything before? Because I wanted to see if anybody else would notice the problems and would step up to the plate and do the right thing. I really like to see if anybody else will notice. Not that they have to or should, even though I personally think, in my opinion, they should. Some of them should try a little bit harder. The problem is a lot of times not a lot of people are really trying at all. Not even 1%, not even a 0.0000001%. I'm not here to make a big deal about it, but then again, I am making a big deal about it. I'm making a big deal. Try to make a big deal. I want you to understand what is going on. I'm talking about my Oatmeal World Discord server, and it's supposed to be run by the people as much as possible, and there's different levels, different roles to the ruling class, the different mods and admins and the gods, the rulers, the owners. There's a lot of different levels, different roles, and you work your way up. It's a hierarchy of power, a Game of Thrones, and I think it's a pretty good system. It's not totally perfect, but it's some kind of system. The server, the group, has elements of like democracy, and it's sort of like a republic, and it's sort of like some kind of authoritarianism to an extent, in that I'm at the top and I could do it, and I could do almost anything, but at the same time it's a hierarchy in it. And one of the problems, I probably should make another video about this, but like, one of the problems is people just promote and demote whoever without like really thinking about it. And a lot of times people are given roles that are too high, and I've told everybody this many times over the years. I try to tell people that you shouldn't really have a really high role if you're not incredible, if you're not like, for example, one of the criteria is, one of the requirements might be that you should be at least 30 years old to have a role that's above like something like mod or admin, or at least a god. But for some reason, people are like, they're getting these higher roles out of the blue randomly, and maybe they don't really qualify for the higher roles. Now, I've said many times that the server is run by the people, and so the idea is people should make these goddamn decisions on their own. And so I try to step away and see what kind of decisions people end up making. I try to be the goddamn training wheels, but I really do look for people. I look for new leaders who can inspire and who can help other people understand these concepts that I try to lay out. I try to lay out on Discord, in my videos, on Twitter, on my blog, all these places. I try to lay out some of the fundamentals, the concepts of trying to get this thing to work. The problem is, a lot of times people just don't think about it. They don't really research it. Not to say they should. I think they should. Not to say they should. But I personally think they should. But people are free to not. But it's probably better if they do their homework before doing stuff. Before promoting and demoting and muting and timing out and all these different things that people do when they get the power. But people don't do it. Some people do it. A lot of times people don't do it. And then they end up promoting people like Caddy might be on the naughty list. Caddy might have a lot of trolls, allegedly. Might have a lot of, I mean, when I say trolls, I mean like he might be a troll and he might have alt accounts. A lot of people might have a lot of alt accounts, which isn't necessarily a crime. And I'm not saying necessarily that you can't do what you want to an extent. And I try to have some free speech in the server to an extent, as long as it doesn't break, it doesn't break the rules, break the TOS or whatever, There's some rules, but we try to be as relaxed as possible. But it's kind of crazy because it's like people at a higher role should understand that there's some weight to the decisions that you make. I try to be relaxed. I try to be flexible, and I try to give people the freedom to do whatever within reason. But at the same time, it's like I'm looking for people who have the wisdom, they have the experience to know that you probably shouldn't promote trolls up a little too high. Like this is probably not a good thing to do, but a lot of times people don't have the experience of like 29 years online. Like I've had about 29 years since about 95, born in 85, making videos since about 96, been an actor since about 87, about 37 years of experience, 29 years of experience as making movies, and been online for a long time. Wasn't born yesterday, and so I try to share this with the world as I try to put this out online in my videos and articles and my blogs, my tweets and whatever. Not saying necessarily like that I'm always like doing a good job. I'm not saying I'm always doing a good job. I'm trying to do a good job, trying to let people know what I know. That doesn't mean that I'm always right, and that doesn't mean that you have to do everything I say, but I'm trying to address a way of thinking, of philosophy. Now, I don't know how many people are going to see this video, and if you are, you're probably one of the few, if you're really listening to what I'm trying to say. And I'm not saying that I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm able to communicate because I've been bad at communicating a lot of things. And I've had this problem all my life, and I try to get better, and I'm really trying to improve, in trying to communicate, in trying to do all these things. Problem is, I try too hard, I try too many things, I try a lot of different things, and then people don't understand a lot of things because all this stuff is happening on the internet. I'm all over the place on the internet, doing this thing, doing that thing, and I don't always explain what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do, because I'm a busy beaver. So I just wanted to quickly rant for about 10 minutes, saying a few things that I've said before a little bit, saying that people should be smart about who they promote. That's the summary of this video. And it looks like people like Alliana and Lera promoted Caddy, aka Floyd, to roles that are probably too high I got more to say.